Hello, I want to share with you some more thoughts about dynamic range and also talk about some good music. So here, a good CD, this is Deportees and their Damaged Goods album. Deportees are a Swedish group, Swedish foursome. Now, why did you not think I would like those? But anyway, really good sort of, I suppose, it's in the sort of folk, rocky sort of, there's a little bit of country sort of entwined in there. 2006 this was released, and as far as sound quality goes, it's bearable, mastered by one of my favourite not people, Heinrich Jonsson of Masters of Audio, he who has recently shall we say mastered in quotes the latest ABBA offerings, box sets and what have you. It's listenable, it's not brilliant sound quality, and the thing that is really getting me is this all mouth no trousers, the fact that it is loud, but yet there's no real weight behind the sound. There's no body, there's no presence, it's thin. And as you sort of, as the mix gets more complicated, the treble starts getting quite indistinct, and it's a bit difficult to tell what's going on. Having said that, don't take the sound quality as a reason not to buy this album, because it really is very, very good indeed. And some favourite songs on there. The title track, Damaged Goods, lovely. It's got some wonderful strings on it. There's a song called Come Give Me Love on here, which you will know if you've been watching my videos. You'll know that that's by Ted Gärdestad, or Gärdestad, however you say it. And this is an English translation of it, and it's, I suppose, the closest we'll get to really, us English people anyway, it's the closest we'll get to understanding the song. Obviously, my Swedish friends will think differently. There's a song on here called Great Heights, which really strikes me as a standout track as well. It sounds like a suicide song, but a very nice one if there is such a thing. Anyway, good album, but compressed to the hilt. No real welly, loud, no real welly. In fact, it's very much in line with a lot of music these days. One that I listened to recently was the Athlete album, Tourist. Again, nice album, but rubbishy recording and all mouth, no trousers. Talking of all mouth, no trousers, this is the Stars on 45 7-inch. This is ABBA Fan 95, otherwise Matthew. He encouraged me to do the anomalies on the 12-inch version. This is the 7-inch version. Sounds absolutely brilliant. I gave this a clean up. I might put this on YouTube actually. It really does pump along, and in comparison with the MP3 file that has been uploaded onto YouTube of the extended version, this one, although it's the same, I'm pretty sure, I'm sticking my neck out too much, I'm pretty sure this is the same as the extended mix, but just being cut off midway through and fades out. But the anomalies are nowhere near as evident just because you're enjoying the beat so much. It really, really does pump along. So I was bored one evening and I was looking through Steve Hoffman's pages. Steve Hoffman is a mastering engineer and he has a big discussion forum on the internet. I'll try and remember to put the URL in the info box. So on his site there's a discussion forum about this, which is my favourite Paul Simon LP, Still Crazy After All These Years, which is, I made a video about it on YouTube a few months ago, January I think it was. Now, apparently there are 2 editions of this, and the only way that you'll know the difference is by finding the matrix number, which is on the run-out groove of the LP. And apparently those that have TML inscribed in the run-out groove, now you're not going to be able to see this at all, but by the run-out groove I mean this bit here, and you're looking for TML, which stands for the Mastering Lab. And they, at that time, used, this is the mid-70s, they used valve machinery in order to cut their albums. And it really does have a big benefit over the sound quality. Now, this really is muscular. It's not like the Deportees, all mouth, no trousers. It's powerful, it's well defined, you can actually more or less see it in front of you. Paul Simon himself appears to be almost holographic in between your speakers, and the drums are just amazing. And the one that they were raving about on Steve Hoffman's site was the introduction to 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, which is absolutely stunning to behold. Now, if you want to try valve technology, now valve technology is as old as the hills, and the valve stroke transistor debate goes back way back beyond digital and analog. But it does seem to be a fairly natural way to get a punchy sound, rather than all this brick wall compression that seems to be happening these days. So if you want valve technology, then in a hi-fi separate system, that's most likely to be in the amplification stage, i.e. in your amp. But you can get a valve CD player. It's only the analog, the bit after the digital numbers have been converted to analog, i.e. the DAC, where valves would be being used at the output stage, so after the DAC. This is the Vincent CD S6 MK. This is one of the more affordable valve CD players. Valve technology these days tends to be very expensive, but this is under £1,000, which in hi-fi terms, I know it's a lot of money, but in hi-fi terms that is cheap, or cheapish. It's not as much as you could pay for a CD player. They go sort of up to £5,000 and beyond. So anyway, stop warbling. Here we go. What are we saying? The CD S6 MK was very obvious in its sound, or characterful, I could say. It has solidly delivered punchy bass and, as measurement predicted, treble that was always bright and sometimes a little prone to sizzle. Well, I mean, it's really talking about the sound quality of this LP. All my stuff is transistorized, but you could still tell that that's valve based just by hearing that description. Sorry about that. So he's talking about Steve Earle's Copperhead Road. He said no one could come away unimpressed by the vast soundstage of this player and the way drums thundered across as if as they were panned. The Vincent puts up a monster of a performance in terms of dynamics, and it has great stage depth too. With CDs having less high frequency energy, the top end emphasis had no effect. Vlado Perlamuta's piano, he's playing Chopin there, have fantastic scale and a convincing timbre. The CD S6 MK was superb with classical music, sounding smooth and expansive and convincing. So it has got a little bit of a bright edge to it, but having said that, all of the woomph and oomph which the marketers want us to be able to hear, you know, is your record the loudest on the radio and all that crap that they go for, that's all been with us for so many decades, and it does seem a shame that in these days of iPods and what have you, that we're ignoring that, because that does seem to be the answer to a lot of problems. Anyway, rant over. I'll edit this video, pop it up, and hopefully a lot of people will comment on it, and please rate the videos as well.